the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we are here in Phoenix for the AMA Pro Cup Esports Series as they present the Racing Designs 250K at ISM. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is KR Stolfus, and I hope you all are strapped in, ready to go racing in the desert here tonight, as we have got a great race lined up for you in this event. Right now we are watching Darren Bruce in the 27 machine roll around in practice. Right now Darren Bruce in the 27 sitting in 7th place on our speed charts, getting in the last few minutes as we're nearing that 2.5 minute mark of practice. These drivers looking to, fine tune their line, do what they need to do, make some adjustments. Devin Rogers in the 18 machine tucked in right behind the 27 for the moment. Rogers right now sitting in 10th place, or I'm sorry, 11th in the running order for speed. As I said, we are here in Phoenix at ISM. The dog leg is closed off. You'll see those cones down below. Those cones signifying drivers cannot go below them here tonight. So they must stay above those cones. Cannot short track this course here tonight. They will be doing all they can to ride around with that 12 machine of Tony Quadros. Right now he's making a move underneath the 27. Quadros running that new paint scheme, Illuminos, black and orange and white all over that thing, looking very good. I'm sorry, Illumino, not Illuminos. Thought there was an S there. My bad. I am not the brightest cookie in the crown box. Less than a minute to go here in practice. Our fastest driver in this practice session is the 55 of Steve Baker. Baker in the SSR team, the Smoke Show Racing. He will be joined with his other teammate, Jay Weezy, that is Jerry West, and Dustin German, who has not made a lap time here in practice just yet. The Jerry West out on track, or I should say on pit road. Trey Bass in the 2 machine right now. He is sitting in 15th spot. And with 5 seconds left in practice, everyone's starting to shut down and get loaded up for qualifying. While we are in qualifying, we will step away and play the national anthem and honor this great country that we are racing in tonight. And those of you who are outside of the country and joining us and watching, we appreciate you joining us. We hope you have a good time. But we don't have an anthem for you. And I apologize. Can't have an anthem for everyone who's watching. You know what I mean? Dale Osmond rolling out in the 88 machine. Sun drop black and green. Running right along the wall there. Gonna pull it down, try and get a good long run onto this front stretch. Diving down into 1 and 2, right along the yellow line. Good line so far for him. Looking very solid, very quick. Close to the cones as he can get. Up along the wall, solid lap here so far. Left side tires just a little bit below the line there, not too bad. Tagging the wall there, that is going to ruin that lap. Darren Bruce in the 27, he's getting up to speed. Dustin Ping in the 1 machine, he is out on track as well. And Tyler Hilton, the 52 machine, didn't know if he was going to make it tonight. Didn't turn a lap of practice, and here he is setting a qualifying time. Glad to see Tyler out there making a last-minute dive for this race. I'm sure he was in full-on hustle mode to get out there. Steve Baker in the 55, he's rolling around the track. The exit off of turn 2, very important. You got to get it right. You got to get, you know, this whole track, very, very important to hit your marks, as this is a line-sensitive track. And it starts at the start-finish line. You can't overdrive your entry into 1. It'll mess you up coming off of 2. Which messes all your speed up through the dog leg and into 3. It is extremely line sensitive here. So Darren Bruce sitting on pole. Dale Osmond has turned his other lap. Right now he is sitting in 2nd place. So while these guys finish up qualifying, we're gonna step away for just a minute, play our national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Qualifying about ready to wrap up here in Phoenix. Drivers looking at the final 22nd to log a lap. Right now, Steve Baker on top of that setting as our pole sitter. Right now, he is in the running for the Hilton Crafts and Designs Pole Award. One other car out on track, that is the 30 of Cody Jenkins. As the time runs out, that will give our pole award to none other than Steve Baker. And congratulations to him as the drivers start to take to the grid. That means it is time to go through our starting lineup for tonight. Let a few cars line up on the grid, then we'll roll through our lineup. Beautiful scenic shots of this Phoenix Speedway track. All right, let's get to it. Row number 1 is going to be made up of Steve Baker in the 55 machine, our points leader coming into tonight's event. Darren Bruce in the 27, going to start on his outside. Row 2 will be made up of Dale Osmond in the 88 machine and the 1 of Dustin Ping. Row 3 will be the 12 of Tony Quadros and the 21 of Stephen Carey. Row 4 will be the 18 of Devin Rogers and the 52 of Tyler Hilton. Row 5 will be the 45 of Doug Wysocki and the 30 of Cody Jenkins. Row 6 will be the 2 of Trey Bass and the 86 of Jerry West. Row 7, the 99 of Dustin German and the 19 of Cade Green. And on row 8 will be the 42 of Chris McCullough and the 47 of Ray Radford. That is going to make our starting lineup for tonight's event. As always, we want to give a shout out and a thank you to Mike Massengill, who you will see rolling across the ticker. But he is in this race as race control, giving up his evening tonight to keep these drivers in check. Want to give a special shout out and hello and thank you to Miss Linda. As always, a pleasure to have you watching these races here. We know who your favorite driver is. He's all right. I like him. He's a decent guy. That is none other than Dale Osmond. So when we ask who's going to win the race, Miss Linda's going to pop up. Dale is, of course. Baker with the early lead as Darren Bruce in the 27 on the outside line. Dale Osmond wasting no time. He's going to move that car right into second place as they dive down into 3 and 4 side by side. Baker really starting to open up a gap here as Bruce is trapped in the outside lane, really slowing everyone up. But Bruce trying to find somewhere he can squeeze down to the bottom. And now he is going to slide in behind the 1 of Dustin Ping. And Dale Osmond now sets his sights on the 55 of Baker as they head off into 3. We go on aboard here with Dale Osmond in the 88 machine. Gotta get rid of my graphics here, my apologies. And Dale very smooth coming up off of turn 2, right in the tire tracks of the 55 of Baker. So Steve Baker leading the first few laps here. Now he's just got to manage that gap to the 88 of Osmond. A little bit of strategy going to come into tonight's race. Our fuel run is anywhere from 45 to 50 laps. But our tires, well, they give up in about 25 laps. So every yellow we get, we're probably going to see drivers hit pit road for 4 tires and fuel. This track is very sensitive to tire wear. Drivers going to have to be very conscientious of that. Conserve their tires in an early run. Make sure they have something left in the tanks for the long run. As Dustin Ping in the 1 on the back bumper of the 88, closing in very quickly, trying to find a little bit of extra speed. Might try and stick his nose in down here on the front stretch. So he's got a good run going into 3 and 4. Up off the corner, nothing there just yet. He is going to stay right behind the 88 of Dale Osmond. Check in on the 99 of Dustin German and the 86 of Jerry West. These two starting in the back of the pack a little bit. Only a matter of time before these two SSR drivers find their way to the front of the field. Tyler Hilton in the 52. He's going to go to the high side here. Going to allow these two drivers to get on by as they're showing some early speed. Tyler knows this is a long race. 156 laps here tonight. A little early to be battling for drivers who are in a hurry to get to the front, so he has decided, I will just chill out right here. Doug Wysocki in the 45. Right now he is sitting in 11th place. Right behind the 52 of Tyler Hilton and right in front of the 30 of Cody Jenkins. Jenkins still able to carry a little bit of speed, but Jenkins once again playing a smart move here. He's going to run to the high side and let McCullough have the bottom if he can get there, but McCullough can't get the run up off the corner that he needs. We go on board with the 55 of Baker looking out the back. You see Osmond holding on to second still. Dustin Ping still right there in third. Fourth place, Darren Bruce in the 27. He is just sitting there waiting for his chance to make a move. Through the dog leg we go. Drivers working their way through 3 and 4, and already we have logged 10 laps coming around to complete the 10th and start the 11th. Steve Baker with the early lead here. Wasting no time on that. Qualified on pole 1, the Hilton Crafts and Designs Pole Award. The 18 of Devin Rogers right now, he is sitting in 7th place, tucked in behind the 21 of Stephen Carey. Hard charge into turn 1 there, closed the gap quite a bit. We go on board with the 18 machine. Rogers very smooth on the wheel right now. Not overdriving the car, taking his time through the corner here. A little bit of sideways action there. We're on a lap 13 already. So tire wear gonna start slowing these cars down. Our race leader already almost a second off of his best lap of the race so far. We're starting to see a 1 second fall off on these machines. Jerry West in the 86 moving into 8th place. He found a way around teammate Dustin German in the 99. Closing the gap very quickly on the 18 and the 21 here. Jay Weezy all over the back bumper of the 18, looking for a spot to stick his nose to complete the pass. And looks like he's going to try the outside lane here. Going to make the move to the outside down through the dog leg. Devin Rogers going to slide in behind him, so move Jerry West into 7th place. Rogers falling to 8th. And now he is going to fall into the clutches of the 99 of Dustin German. Meanwhile, out front, the top 4 have not changed. Steve Baker is still your race leader. Dale Osmond in the 88 machine, he is sitting in 2nd place. Meanwhile, he has found a way to open up a gap to Dustin Ping, as Dustin Ping is sitting in 3rd place right now, falling behind a few car lengths here. And then Darren Bruce in the 27 machine, sitting in 4th. 5th place going to the 12 of Tony Quadros. And that will round out your current top 5. Drivers are starting to spread out a little bit. Closest battle we got right here also has the most cars involved in it. 4 cars in this battle for 6th place. Stephen Carey in 6th, the 18 of Rogers 7th. Jerry West in the 86. Right now he is 8th all over the back bumper, the 18 machine, and Dustin German in the 99 trying to close the gap and on all these guys. So the 18 of Rogers found a way back around the 86 of Jerry West. Maybe Jerry here early in this run overheated his tires. Been paying the price here in the later stages of this run. As I mentioned, about 25 laps is all these tires are going to be good for. However, a fuel run is around 45 to 50 laps, so the drivers have to find a way to make these tires work, especially if we get into a long green flag run, which this has the feel of. Now the 42 of Chris McCullough, he's coming in trying to throw his name into the mix here a little bit. We go on board with McCullough. Started 15th, has moved his way forward a few spots. Right now he is behind the Eagle 1 Mustang of Dustin German. Rogers in the 18, battling very hard here. The 86 of Jerry West. Now he's looking for a way around the 21 of Stephen Carey. Check in at the front. Dale Osmond has closed the gap a little bit to our race leader Steve Baker. But not quite there just yet, so maybe just trying to apply gentle pressure to the 55. Make the 55 use up his equipment a little bit. Side-by-side action here with the 18 and the 99. Dustin German working the outer lane with Chris McCullough trying to pick a winner here. And McCullough looks like he's going to choose the outside lane as well, washing up a little bit on turn 1. Overdrove it just a hair, going to lose some ground. Rogers got sideways coming up off the corner. That's going to cost him a little bit of momentum. And McCullough now is going to try the outside lane through 3 and 4. Starting to see these cars step out. Tyler Hilton in the 52 got a little off center coming up off of 4. Right now he's sitting in 11th place. 12th place, the 45 of Doug Wysocki. Cody Jenkins in 13th. And Cade Green in the 19 machine. He is sitting in 14th place. We do have one car 1 lap down. That is the 47 of Ray Radford. Ray Radford dropping a lap here very early on. Good news for him. Right now he is the first car 1 lap down as we are under yellow. And it looks like Trey Bass in the 2 machine is the one who has found trouble. Nose first into that inside wall. Heavy damage on the 2 machine. That is a blown engine if I've seen one. That is going to do it for the 2 of Trey Bass. So a very early exit for him here tonight. He washed up through the dog leg, tagged the outside wall, had all that wheel input into it. tagged the wall and shot down to the inside. Steve Baker leading all the field down on the pit road. 4 tires and fuel for everyone out there. Ray Radford getting the free pass here. Darren Bruce in the 27 going to overshoot his pit box by a lot. The one of Dustin Ping also having a hard time getting into his pit stall. That is going to cost Dustin Ping a whole lot of time. He's still not in his pit box. Still struggling. And now he is going to get it in there. So Dustin Ping going to lose a whole lot of time. Steve Baker comes off a pit road as the race leader, holding on to the top spot. Jerry West, big mover here on this pit stop. He's going to move into 3rd. Tony Quadros 4th. Dustin German 5th. Stephen Carey 6th. And Dustin Ping going to fall all the way down to the last car off a pit road. So a big mistake by the one. That is going to cost him a lot of time. But good news for the one. He has a lot of laps left to go. Got a good shot at recovering from that mistake. Steve Baker, our race leader, points leader coming into tonight. Looking like he'd try to carry on that dominance. But let's see if we can't get a word in with our 2nd place driver for the moment. That is Dale Osmond. Dale, you got your ears on, bud?
Yeah, I've got you.
Well, Dale, right now you're sitting in 2nd place. How's the track out there? How's the car?
It feels pretty good. Setup's pretty good this week. On the long runs, it gets a little loose, but it's something that you'll have to be able to handle.
Well, good car control is right in your wheelhouse. What are your chances of winning this race here tonight?
I think they're pretty good. If we can get a long run here, I should have a good shot at it.
All right, man. Well, the lights have gone out on the pace car. Any shout-outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, you guys at Turn 3 Racing, my family, and everyone in this race.
All right, Dale Osmond giving us a quick word in. We get to interrupt the driver's concentration. It's always a good time. We try not to do it when they're on pit road because it's really difficult. But while they're out cycling around behind the pace car, we can always get a quick word in. Dale Osmond in the 88 thinks he's got a good shot at it, and I just have to agree. That 88 looking pretty strong, but he's going to have to find a way to deal with this very fast 55 of Steve Baker and a hard charging 86 of Jerry West. So here we go. Pace car getting ready to pull off. Baker in control of the field now. He is going to pick up the throttle, and away we go. Green flag back out. Osmond dealing with the 86 on his inside. And Jerry West going to put the power down and get the move coming up off of 2. So Dale Osmond sliding to 3rd here on the restart. Jerry West moving into 2nd place. Dustin German in the 99. Right now he is sitting in 4th. He is looking to try and make something happen here. Tony Quadros into 5th, and Chris McCullough in the 42. He is up to 6th place now. McCullough running a patriotic paint scheme here tonight. Kind of like that paint job. The flag and the stars and the stripes all look very good on that. Representing our current president and his re-election run. Meanwhile, Stephen Carey in the 21 machine. We go on board with Carey. Gary looking very smooth, very steady. That's going to do him favors as the run goes on, and already we're back under yellow. It looks like the 19 Arcade Green has found trouble here. Go to our turn 3 replay. Arcade gonna tag the wall coming up off of 4, then the inside wall. Heavy damage on that 19 machine. He is gonna go straight to his pit stall. So once again, we're back under caution. Even though we only did a handful of laps, I think we'll see a lot of drivers come down for at least 2 tires, maybe even 4 tires all around. Might see a few gamble on no tires that are deep in the field. I believe the leaders will be coming for 4 tires here. And Steve Baker going to stay out. Jerry West going to pit for tires, so we're kind of split here. Jerry West leading the charge on the pit road. He's pitting from 2nd place. Steve Baker did not pit, so we'll see how this all plays out. So while we get this going, guys, we're going to step away for a minute. We'll be right back after this. Ladies and gentlemen, lights have gone out on the Ford Mustang. Probably because it's falling apart. Hopefully it'll hit pit road and get that fixed this time around. That's unfortunate. But the pace car peeling off. Steve Baker in control of the field. Dale Osmond going to restart on his outside. Road number 2 going to be the 99 of Dustin German and the 12 of Tony Quadros. And here we go. German with a little bit of tire spin. Not too bad, able to keep the car underneath him. Didn't lose a whole lot of ground and is able to stay side by side with the 88 of Dale Osmond. But Steve Baker pulling away as these two battle door to door for 2nd place. Jerry West on 4 new tires. We'll see how that works out for him. Already he is into 4th place. So 4 Tires big advantage here as he is going to go to the high side. Has to get out of the throttle a little bit there, lose a bit of momentum. But Jerry West still running that high line. He is going to find a way around the 12 of Tony Quadros to put Jerry West solidly into 4th now, as he sets his sight on teammate Dustin German. Right now we have 14 cars out on track. We started 16 cars here tonight. Cade Green reporting in that his screen went black. That is never a good thing. So unfortunate for Cade, a issue outside of his control. Hopefully he'll be able to get back out there, log some laps. You never know. You never want to quit. You can get back out there, keep going. Someone could get into a crash. It could be a big stack up on a restart that wipes out half the field. So we'll see if the 19 of Cade Green can get back out there. Couple of the drivers running side by side. That is the 18 of Devin Rogers and the 21 of Stephen Carey. Devin Rogers going to win that battle. Meanwhile, Chris McCullough in the 42 outside of the 1 of Dustin Ping, and McCullough going to now tuck in behind the 1. Drivers now getting single file here. The 42 of McCullough, a little bit of a wiggle coming up off of 2. Aaron Bruce, front row outside starter here tonight. Right now he is working 10th place. With Tyler Hilton in the 52 right behind him in 11th. And Cody Jenkins in the 30 machine. He is sitting in 12th. Doug Wysocki and Ray Radford have fallen way back behind this lead pack of cars. Doug and Ray, both of them are working this track to their liking. Not really putting a whole lot of hustle into the car, riding around, logging some laps, trying to learn all that they can. And the best way to do that is to make sure that you are out there turning laps. 3-car battle for the lead. Steve Baker in the 55, the 88 of Dale Osmond sitting in 2nd, and the 86 machine of Jerry West. Is Osmond going to look to the inside here? Could have our first pass for the lead, and Osmond's going to get loose coming off. That's going to cost him a whole lot of time. Jerry West in the 86 going to take advantage of it. And West on the outside of Osmond completes the pass down the front stretch. Now Jerry West in the 86 sets his sights on the 55 of Baker. So Steve Baker now facing a new challenger, as he is on older tires. They're only about 8 laps older. But Jerry West taking full advantage of that. Now he dives down to the inside. Steve Baker in the 55. Battling for the race lead for the first time here tonight. Jerry West in the 86. Down the backstretch into 3 and 4 they go. And West going to wash up a little bit. He has to lift to keep the car off of the 55. That's going to cost him a little bit of momentum down the front stretch. And Steve Baker pulls in, but cannot clear him. That is going to give West another shot at the lead here. Ooh, contact right outside the dog leg. Very minor. Both of them keep it straight, keep it going. And Steve Baker gonna get a little bit of a shot from the 86 there. Good, hard, close racing for this lead. Dale Osmond in the 88 just watching it going, man, if you two take each other out, I hope I don't get caught up in it. And now Baker in the 55, not quite clearing Jerry West, but West still right there. Now Baker does drop down in front of him. So Baker holds on to the lead. But West gonna charge at him once again. Dale Osmond in the 88 sitting right there. Jerry making a peek to the inside. Baker giving him a little bit of room, but has the run up off the corner. So Jerry West, who pitted under the last caution for 4 tires, able to take full advantage of it as he made quick work of the field, has now put himself into second place and is all over the back bumper of the 55 machine. All the other drivers have noted that. Everyone knows tires are very important here. Ooh, is Jerry West going to tag the wall coming off the corner just a smidge? That is going to cost him a little bit of time, give Baker in the 55 some breathing room. This battle looks like it has settled down just a little bit. We're going to catch up to another battle here. That's the 42 of Chris McCullough and the 1 of Dustin Ping. Dustin Ping now trying to make a move on the 21 of Stephen Carey. Chris McCullough trying to make it 3 wide. Backs out of it. Just a good decision on his part. Maybe shouldn't go 3 wide right there. But he thought he saw an opening, tried to take it. Opening wasn't what he thought it was and wisely backed out of it. We go on board with Tyler Hilton in the 52 machine. Meanwhile, second and third place have traded positions. Dale Osmond found a way around the 86 of Jerry West, so Jerry's now fallen to third. Steve Baker pulling away a little bit. He's opened up a half a second lead over Dale Osmond. Looks like Jerry West maybe has worn the good off of his tires. Steve Baker and Osmond last on pit road 31 laps ago. Jerry West last on pit road 24 laps ago. The other drivers who stopped for 4 tires, Stephen Carey in the 21, not able to take as good advantage as Jerry West did of those 4 tires. Right now he is sitting in 7th as he battles with the 42 of Chris McCullough. McCullough gonna wipe out some cones. And the 42 is gonna complete the pass on the 21. Set him up going into 3. Got it done off of 4. So Chris McCullough in the 42 into 7th place, sets his sights on the 18 of Devin Rogers. Rogers now fending off the 42 of McCullough. McCullough with a good run. He's going to take a peek to the inside here. Rogers is going to let him have it. So McCullough sliding into 6th place now. Lap car of Ray Radford trying to stay out of the way as these lead drivers go on around him. Darren Bruce in the 27 going to take advantage of the situation there. Pull alongside the 1 of Dustin Ping. So Darren Bruce back into 10th place in that 27 machine. McCullough now into the top 5. He found a way around the 12 of Tony Quadros. And McCullough, one of those drivers who took 4 tires, he's now starting to take advantage of that. He's moved into 5th place. But our race leader is the 55 of Steve Baker. He has led all the laps so far, even though he was being challenged by Jerry West and Dale Osmond. At the stripe, he had the nose out in front of him, so he has been registered as the race leader for all of our laps. That 55 machine looking very solid here tonight. These drivers are going to have to do some homework, do some poking around, maybe use some strategy to beat this 55 machine, because so far out on track, no one has been able to complete the pass on him. Hale in the 88 machine, solidly a top 3 car all race long. We go on aboard with Dale Osmond in this 88. Little bit of a wiggle coming up off of 4 there. Tires starting to feel their age. Our last lap time, we were in the 28-second range. Our fastest lap of the race turn. Three cars battling right here. That is the 21 of Stephen Carey, the 27 of Darren Bruce, and the 1 of Dustin Ping. Bruce trying to stick his nose underneath the 21. We are nearing the halfway point of this race, and we already have one driver hitting pit road. That is the 86 of Jerry West. I was getting ready to say we might see some drivers start to think about short pitting here, trying to make it on one more pit stop from here, and Jerry West the first one to do so. Steve Baker in the 55, he's going to peel off. He's on the pit road. That's going to give Dale Osmond the lead for the first time tonight. We have a new leader. as Dale Osmond is out there in the 88 machine. But when will Dale Osmond hit pit road? He's going to be giving up a lot of time to Steve Baker and Jerry West. And here comes Dale Osmond. He's going to make his run to pit road. Got to get it woed up, slowed down, hit pit road speed limit. And he does so 45 miles an hour. So solid entry on the pit road. That is going to make our new leader the 42 of Chris McCullough. McCullough leading his first laps of the race. And he is going to stay out. Nope. He is going to hit pit road now as well. So McCullough pitting for the lead. Tyler Hilton also coming down pit road. Now Stephen Carey in the 21, your race leader. The 55 of Steve Baker going to unlap himself, and more importantly, he is going to make a pass on the 88 of Dale Osmond. So that is an important move right there. Steve Baker going to be able to open up his lead over Dale Osmond, but Stephen Carey in the 21 machine, your race leader. Carey giving up a whole lot of time to everyone that has pitted. Fresh tires making up so much ground. As I mentioned, we're at about a 2-second fall off here, and the 21 really suffering from it, but he's going to try and ride this out. Might be able to catch a caution at this point. That would play into his favor. The 42, Chris McCullough, going to unlap himself. McCullough sitting in 8th place now. Top 5 looking something like that. Stephen Carey in the 21. Doug Wysocki in the 45. Cody Jenkins in the 30. Jerry West in the 86, due to his short pit, is now out in front of the 55 of Steve Baker. Those two making their pit stop. So when the top 3 head for pit road, that will give the lead to Jerry West, who has a 2.5 second lead over Steve Baker. But Stephen Carey going to try and ride this out as long as he can. And I don't necessarily blame him. Jerry West, who's on fresh tires, is almost 17 seconds behind him. That is a lot of ground that Jerry West has to make up. A lot of opportunities for a caution to come out. The 12 of Tony Quadros trying to work his way around, get himself back on the lead lap, and he does. Jerry West, though, closing it up very quickly. He is now just under 15 seconds behind our race leader. If you guys are enjoying the broadcast, these drivers would love to hear from you. You can do so by sending a thumbs up in the broadcast. Give them a shout out on the chat as well. While you're at it, don't forget to check out the Ohio and Indiana roofing. A link is provided in the broadcast description. As the 21 of Stephen Carey is going to hit pit road this time. Jerry West passing by, Steve Baker getting around. Dale Osmond also getting a way through. So Stephen Carey finally on the pit road. That is going to put our race leader as the 86 of Jerry West when he crosses the start-finish line this time. he will lead his first lap of the race. So the 86 out front by almost 2 seconds over the 55 of Steve Baker. Carey comes off of pit road, the first car 1 lap down. But he is on 11 lap fresher tires than Jerry West. We saw that as a huge advantage. Jerry proved it. 8 laps difference. When Jerry West pitted earlier, took full advantage of that. And now Stephen Carey in the 21 has 11 lap fresher tires. And already he is starting to close the gap on the 86 of Jerry West. So we have some different strategies going on right here. Different fuel runs, different pit strategies. We'll see how this plays out. Jerry West wanted to hit pit road as soon as that window opened for making it on one more stop. It was a good call to get him the lead. It made up a 2-second difference. Actually, it's more than that. He is pulled out to a 2-second lead over Steve Baker. He was about 3/4 of a second behind Steve Baker when he hit pit road. You can see the 21 of Carey, just 11 lap fresher tires, already trying to unlap himself. And Carey is going to do so. But Stephen Carey in the 21 is now in 11th place. But that is how important tires are here. Now Carey has got to hope for a caution here early on. I'd put him back around this field, let him catch up to him. Maybe try and stay out if the caution is early enough. But if he gets too many more laps on these tires and everyone comes down pit road, that he will be a sitting duck if he decides to stay out. But your race leader is the 86 of Jerry West, the 55 of Steve Baker, sitting in second for the first time tonight. He has led a majority of the laps here. Dale Osmond in the 88 tucked into third place right behind this 55 machine. Dustin German in the 99. He is under heavy attack from the 42 of Chris McCullough. McCullough sitting fifth, but he is after fourth place. Not able to complete a pass, but he is putting intense pressure on the 99. McCullough did stay out to lead a lap. Now he's making a move on the inside through the dog leg. Into 3 and 4 they go, and the 99 washing way up. That is going to cost him a lot of time. McCullough going to complete the pass. Here comes Dustin German in the 99. That is the 30 machine of Cody Jenkins, who is 4 laps down. Thought that was the 12 of Tony Quadros. But no, it is the 30 of Jenkins. So Chris McCullough into fourth place. Dale Osmond sitting in third as he is on that back bumper of the 55 machine. Steve Baker sitting in second. He is closing the gap to Jerry West. Jerry has shown that he is very quick on fresh tires, but not necessarily a long run setup for him. Steve Baker and Dale Osmond very strong throughout the entire run. And they are really starting to close in on the 86 of Jerry West. Jerry starting to run a little bit of a higher line through 3 and 4. He is searching around this track, trying to find somewhere to cool his tires. As we're nearing the our Jerry West in the 86, the 55 of Steve Baker, the 88 of Dale Osmond, the 42 of Chris McCullough, and the 99 of Dustin German. Those guys solidly in the top 5. Dustin German has a 9-second gap over the 12 of Tony Quadros. Tony is sitting in 6th place as he is battling with the 52 of Tyler Hilton and the 1 of Dustin Ping. Dustin Ping, who's trying to recover from that disastrous pit stop early on in the race. He has made his way back into 8th place, but he has still got a long way to go if he would like to get back to where he was running up in 4th place when that happened. He makes a move on the 52 of Tyler Hilton here. So Dustin Ping completes the pass, put him into 7th place. Now he sets his sights on the 12 machine of Tony Quadros. We have 11 cars out on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap, that is the 21 of Stephen Carey, as he is pulled away from Jerry West. That is Jerry West and our top 3 drivers just on the fringes of your screen in some of our straightaway shots here as we look out the back of Carey's machine. So now Carey would love to see a caution. His strategy not playing out the way he would like just yet. But he is on the lead lap. Does have a lot of time between him and the leader. Chris McCullough in the 42, really starting to close in now on our top 3. We go on aboard with McCullough. We are starting to see that 2-second fall off here. Drivers are halfway through a fuel run here. As I mentioned, fuel run is anywhere from 45 to 50 laps depending on how much you use the throttle, whether you can save some or not. So when we get down to maybe lap 110, to 115, we might see some more guys starting to hit pit road, try and take advantage of 4 fresh tires as soon as they can. Ooh, it's McCullough, big drift, big save off the corner. Tire wear really starting to show up now on that 42. That's gonna cost him a lot of time. But he keeps it off the wall. Another big slide there up off of 2. Those tires are angry. He's going to have to be gentle on them for a few laps here. Let them cool down. but the 42 with a good bit of driving there behind the wheel. You see it still wiggling coming up off the corner. He is going to let the 30 of Cody Jenkins on by. Do want to do some housekeeping here. Some things have changed. Right now we do have 12 cars out running. We did start 16 cars. We have 10 on the lead lap. Doug Wysocki in the 45 sitting in 11th place. The first car 1 lap down. He is the only car any number of laps down. Or I'm sorry, he's the only car 1 lap down. Cody Jenkins in the 30 machine is 12th. He is 4 laps down. But Dustin Ping has pulled off. Not sure what happened to Dustin Ping, but about 5 laps ago he pulled off the track and he called it a night as he is done for and headed home. But the 42 of Chris McCullough really still struggling up off the corner. Ray Radford in the 47 machine, he will be scored in 14th place. He's packed up, he is done for the night. Cade Green in the 19, we documented that he had some issues with his monitor, with his power. Caused him to have an early exit here. Trey Bass in the 2, the first car out of the race, he will be scored in 16th place. So we are nearing what I would say would be the fuel window opening up for these guys. At 1:10, 1:11 for the lap counter. When that fuel window opens, Hale Osmond has lost a little bit of ground to the 55 of Baker. The 30 machine of Cody Jenkins really closing in quick, and Dustin German in the 99, first driver to hit pit road inside this fuel window very early though. A little bit outside of my prediction, but still a good move if he can make it the rest of the way here. If it stays green, he's going to have full advantage of those tires. He'll be going about 2 seconds a lap faster than everyone else. And he had a very good pit stop at 13.9 seconds. Steve Baker in the 55, he is on pit road. He has said, my window is here, and we are now looking at full on a second round of green flag pit stops. So Steve Baker on to pit road. Jerry West in the 86, he is slowing down. He is going to hit pit road this time. So Jerry West in the 86 on the binders down to pit road speed, as several other drivers are starting to hit pit road to try and take advantage of those 4 fresh tires. Chris McCullough in the 42, he has not yet come down pit road. So now McCullough has a decision to make. Does he try and run his fuel out to the end and hope for a caution? Or will he stay? Ooh, another big drift by the 42. So not hitting pit road this time either. So maybe the 42 is deciding that he is going to try and ride this out. Hope for a caution. Meanwhile, big break for the 55 of Steve Baker as Jerry West in the 86 back on pit road. Big time troubles for the 86 of Jerry West as he is on pit road. Once again, unscheduled pit stop for the 86 machine. Chris McCullough in the 42 still out front as your race leader, but Steve Baker in the 55 is the first car that has made a pit stop. And here comes the 42 of McCullough. He is peeled off, but he has a lap on the field. Steve Baker gets his lap back, but he is still not the race leader. The 86 of Jerry West, he has now scored 1 lap down. He is behind the 55 of Baker. Jerry West is on about 3 lap fresher tires. Might be the difference here in helping him get back on the lead lap, but he is going to need help from a caution if he wants to have a shot at winning this thing. Not sure what happened to the 86 that he had to come back down pit road. But Steve Baker is your race leader in that 55 machine. Dustin German in the 99. He is now in second place. Dale Osmond in the 88 sitting in third. So our top 3 all within striking distance of each other. All have made what should be their final pit stops of the race. Chris McCullough in the 42, he's gonna cycle into 4th place. He is 7 seconds behind the 88 of Dale Osmond. That is a big gap to make up, but a caution would throw a wrench into everyone's plans. The only one who is hoping for a caution right now, I imagine, would be the 86 of Jerry West. As he had found some serious issues on pit road, wallowed in it, had to come back down. So Steve Baker, your race leader, led for 76 laps so far, locking himself in for the most laps led. Stephen Carey in the 21 trying to stay on the lead lap. Carey did try to use some strategy, led a bunch of laps, took 4 tires later, and everyone else was able to use those 4 tires to get back on the lead lap, even though he was pitting off sequence. But right now he is in danger of going a lap down again. He is riding around in 9th place. The 18 of Devin Rogers trying to hold on to his spot of 7th place as he is under heavy pressure from the 86 of Jerry West. Both these drivers trying to outrun the 55 of Steve Baker, who is closing in very quickly. Devin Rogers, Jerry West battling for 7th place here as Rogers looks like he got in the wall a little bit coming up off the corner, and that is going to cost him a smidgen of momentum, but it is enough for the 86 of West to look underneath, try and make the pass through 3 and 4. Down the straightaway they go. Jerry West got a little bit of sideways there. That is going to keep the 18 on the outside lane. Not able to clear him though. And now Jerry through the dog leg on the inside here. These two going at it very hard. Side by side racing for 7th place. And Rogers in the 18 washing up just a little bit through 1 and 2. That is enough for Jerry West in the 86 to squirt on by. Check in on 2nd place, Dale Osmond. He is now 1.9 seconds behind our race leader, Steve Baker. Very different pit strategies coming into play here. We'll see how it all works out when the checkered flag flies. But Dale Osmond sitting in 2nd place. Dustin German is now in 3rd. Chris McCullough is still holding on to 4th place. And Darren Bruce, who is riding around in 10th place for most of the race, started front row outside that 27 machine. Right now he has moved his way back into 5th place. So a good recovery by him. Solid run going for the 27 machine, but we are looking at about 30 laps to go. The 30 machine of Cody Jenkins still 4 laps down. Doug Wysocki in the 45. He has scored 2 laps down in 11th place. Tony Quadros in the 12 is the first car 1 lap down. Our race leader, Steve Baker, now catching up to the back bumper of Stephen Carey. Carey, the last car on the lead lap. Carey may not want to give this spot up too easily here. It looks like he is going to let Baker have the inside line this time by, though. A difficult position to be in. You're at the end of the race. You don't want to go a lap down because that does put you a little bit behind. But at the same time, you want to be respectful, and I think Stephen Carey did a good job there. He ran his line, ran as hard as he could. But Steve Baker just too strong here tonight. Carey did let him have that line as soon as he was close enough, but he didn't give it to him too soon. In my opinion, I think the 21 did a nice job there, running as hard as he can, lost as little time as possible. Unfortunately, though, he is 1 lap down as Steve Baker is just putting on a dominating performance here. Smoke Show Racing I believe the SSR drivers have been on the podium for all 3 of our drivers. All 3 of the races. Maybe not all 3 of them for each one, but there's been at least 1 driver on the podium for all 3 of our races so far, and we are looking at seeing 2 more SSR drivers on the podium as they are sitting in the top 3. Steve Baker leading this, of course. Dustin German in the 99 sitting in 3rd place. He is now 3 seconds behind Dale Osmond, but he is battling with the 42 of Chris McCullough. McCullough just squeezed on by through 1 and 2. And now Dustin German sees that he is falling the 4th, and Chris McCullough in the 42 looking at his first podium finish of the season. So McCullough in the third, now opening a gap over Dustin German as he is already almost 0.6 seconds ahead, wasting no time pulling away from the 99 machine. He does have a mountain to climb as he is almost 3 seconds behind the 88 of Dale Osmond. Dale working his way around the 21 of Carey, and he is closing the gap very quickly on the 55 of Baker. Dale Osmond now really closing the gap in as he is just a half second behind the 55 machine. Another cone goes flying, and got to feel bad for those cones. They are not getting paid enough to do what they are put through. Ooh, is the 51st. The 88 gets a little sideways up off of 4. But Osmond really starting to pour it on right now. He is inching his way closer lap after lap. Making some big gains here. Maybe about a 1/10 of a second lap faster each time by. That time they ran very equal lap times. Steve Baker a 28.188, Osmond a 28.190. As the laps are really starting to wind down here. Just outside 20 laps to go. I'm sorry. Inside. We're just inside 20 laps to go. Chris McCullough in the 42 is closing in on the 88 of Dale Osmond. But without some help from a caution, he is not closing in fast enough. Baker, your race leader in the 55. Looking at trying to put the 18 of Devin Rogers 1 lap down. Rogers in the 18 machine, he is running in 8th place. Go on board with Rogers, looking out the back of this 18 machine. That is your race leader in the 55, the 88 of Dale Osmond. Right there as well. Steve Baker cannot make a mistake as Rogers just did. Rogers got loose coming up off the corner. He held down to the inside, kept it off the wall, but allowed the leaders to go on by unimpeded. But Steve Baker did check up just a little bit, and that allowed Osmond to close the gap on him even more. Dale Osmond right there in that 88 machine now. And Dale, who has been gaining ground here and there, gained a big chunk of time. These cars becoming a handful, and Dale's really going to close the gap as Baker has to deal with the lap car, Darren Bruce. And Bruce going to wash up to the high side here, let the leaders go on by. They're trying to battle this out. So Baker being affected by lap traffic here, that allowed Dale Osmond to really close in on him. Osmond thought about trying to stick his nose under there, but Baker defended it well. That has also allowed the 42 of Chris McCullough to inch in very close to these guys. And Chris McCullough, he was a long way back, 2 seconds back behind Dale Osmond when he moved into third place, has closed that gap to now he is just a half second behind Dale Osmond. As Dale is now starting to try and find a way around the 55 of Baker. Starting to poke around, look for some weaknesses. All of our top 3 runners right there in there, that frame shot. $156 laps in this event. We're at 9 laps to go, and the top 3 all still running pretty darn close. As Osmond's going to give up some time there as he caught the 30 at an inopportune time. Had to pull his car down a little bit, pinched it off some, got a little sideways. That cost him a little bit of speed, a little bit of momentum. Now Chris McCullough in the 42, really on his back bumper, looking for a way around. McCullough gonna start applying some pressure to the 88. As the 88 didn't get a good run up off the corner, here comes Chris McCullough in a battle for second, and Osmond's not even gonna challenge him. He's just gonna tuck into third, so move Chris McCullough into second place. And now he sets his sights on the 55 of Steve Baker with 7 laps to go. What a great run by this 42 machine. Started 15th place, led a few laps here tonight. Has slowly and steadily been picking it up and laying it down here in this final fuel run. As he has now moved into second place, he is 0.4 of a second behind our leader, the 55 of Steve Baker. Five laps to go. Can Chris McCullough find a way to catch Steve Baker and make a pass on that 55 machine? The 55 has been dominant, led 107 laps, but here comes the 42 of Chris McCullough. He says, I know which lap is the most important. It's the last one, and he is going to do everything he can. As the 55 of Baker pulls down to the inside, he is going to let Chris McCullough go on by, and now Steve Baker finds himself in second place, and McCullough, your new race leader, here with 4 laps to go. Now he's got to outrun the 55 and the 88. Chris McCullough with a great charge here in the last fuel run. Wants no caution here. He'd love to see this thing run the rest of the way out, but what an impressive run he has had to close the gap to these leaders. To take the lead as a mistake by the 55 coming up off the corner of turn number 4 will allow the 42 into the race lead. McCullough a little squirrely coming up off the corner, but able to get a good run. And the 42 is now looking at 2 laps to go here at ISM Raceway. Got some breathing room back to the 55 of Steve Baker. Dale Osmond in the 88 on the back bumper of the 55. White flag is in the air. Chris McCullough in the 42 is taking the white flag. Final lap, final time around. As Chris McCullough, what a run. Can he finish it out? One more corner to go, down through the straightaway here into 3 and 4. Off of the corner, got to keep it straight, keep it steady. doesn't step it out, and across the line, the 42 of Chris McCullough is going to win tonight here at ISM Raceway. Second place going to Steve Baker. Third will be Dale Osmond picking up the final spot on the podium. But what a race and charge that was at the end for the 42 of Chris McCullough, who is going to be your race winner. Getting it done out here in the Stars and Stripes 42 machine. All right, guys, no one go anywhere. We're going to set up our post-race show and enjoy the celebration that the 42 is going to show us. Burn it down. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are here in our post-race show right here on Turn 3 Racing Network. And man, oh man, the 42 machine found a way to win this thing. Chris McCullough, what a drive, that final pit stop, that final run. Walk us through it a little bit.
Yeah, it was a very eventful night. I started at the back because I wanted to make sure I didn't get no damage like I did last week. These guys are quick. I was really good on the long run. I seemed to save my tires really good. So I decided to stay out about 6 laps longer than them. That way I had fresher tires. And at the end, it just paid off.
We seen that 42 charging through the field, and we knew tires were very important here tonight. But the pass for the lead, you saw the 55 of Steve Baker get a little sideways coming up off the corner. Did your heart jump up into your chest there?
Yeah, because I felt like if I could have got by Steve, I could have held him off just because of my tire situation. I didn't know if I'd be able to pass him, but I just worked out in my favor.
Well, congratulations, White Trash Racing on the top step of the podium, man. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
I'd like to thank my teammates. They didn't come out tonight, but I'd like to thank the admins for putting this on, Mike for being race control, Steve, KD, great race. I just love clean racing. That was really fun.
Well, it was a good, clean race. I don't see a scratch on that 42 machine. Nice job out here tonight getting it done.
Thank you, KR. Thanks for broadcasting.
You're welcome. Chris McCullough, your race winner here. Got it done in the later stages of the race. Now it's time to move on to our second place finisher, and that is Steve Baker. Steve, you led a race high 108 laps. That 55 machine was very dominant, but at the end, not enough. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, unlike the first 2 weeks, I think Daytona's just a crapshoot, and then we got lucky, I think, last week with the late caution at Atlanta. And then finally, I felt like we had one of the best cars out here tonight, and then it was kind of a game of holding off KD all night, and then Jerry West. I pitted, I think I was the first on pit road for that last tire stint, or fuel stint, to try and get back ahead of Jerry, and came back to sort of bite me, like Chris said. He waited a little bit, I think 6 or so laps, and yeah, by the last 10 or so laps of trying to hold KD off, my rear tires were just burnt off. I had no forward drive, and trying to stay in front of Chris, like you said, just got a little squirrely, and that was it. Couldn't get back to him.
Well, the 55 has been running solidly all season long. This is the third race of the season. I believe it's your third podium finish of the season. You came into tonight as the points leader. Still have a lot of time left in the season, but a good run going for you so far. What's the secret to this run that you're having so far?
I think I've just sort of calmed it down early on in the runs and just sort of settled in earlier than I used to. Try to keep the car clean as possible, and that's pretty much it, man. Just trying to hit my marks and focus the whole race, but I think I lost focus just for a split second there, and I don't know that even if I wouldn't have got loose there, I think Chris, he was closing so fast that I don't know that it would have mattered.
Well, Steve, once again, congratulations. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, man, this was a heck of a race for Phoenix. Very clean race, a lot of green flag laps, so everybody out there did a great job. You for the broadcasts, Tyler and Mike for putting this thing on, and teammates were out there. Yeah, I think we all brought it home pretty clean, so yeah, look forward to next week.
Well, nice job, Steve Baker. Congratulations on second place, and nice job leading a race high 108 laps.
Thanks, Skyr.
Our third place finisher, Dale Osmond in the 88 machine. What a spectacular job he did keeping that car in the top three all night long. Dale, what a race you had. Had a shot at winning this thing, but you bring it home third. Still got to feel good with that.
Yeah, that feels really good. I haven't been on the podium in a league race in a while now, so I'm just glad to be back.
Well, that 88 machine doesn't look like there is a scratch on it, but you put a lot of pressure on our race leaders all night long. We heard Steve say he burned up his tires trying to hold you off. It's got to make you feel good knowing that the guy that led the most laps was worried about you.
Yeah, but at the same time, I burned off my tires trying to catch him. So, yeah, at the end, Chris just had better tires. That was really it. I burned off my tires trying to catch Steve.
Well, good finish, third place. Nothing to sneeze at with this group of drivers around you. Nice job out there. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, same as before. You guys doing the broadcast, everyone in this race. It was a super clean race. And my family watching.
All right, driver of the 88 Sundrop machine, Dale Osmond, getting it done, bringing it home on the final step of the podium. What a race we saw out here tonight. As everyone said, a good, clean race. The only incidences we saw were single car crashes as drivers were trying to get all they could, tag the outside wall, slid down to the inside wall. That will create some issues here on what could be considered a narrow raceway at ISM here in the desert. But Dale Osmond finishing third place tonight. Good run for him. Let's go through our finishing order here tonight. Chris McCullough in the 42, your race winner. Steve Baker in the 55, bringing it home in second. Dale Osmond third. We got to talk to all three of our drivers on the podium. Dustin German in the 99 ending up fourth. Jerry West in the 86 is fifth. Tyler Hilton brings it home sixth. Seventh place, Darren Bruce. Eighth, Devin Rogers. Ninth will be Stephen Carey. And 10th going to Tony Quadros. 11th will be Doug Wysocki. 12th will be the 30 of Cody Jenkins. Dustin German will be 13th place. Ray Radford in 14th. 15th going to Kay Green. And the last car to start the race, or the last starting car finishing last on the track, is the 2 machine of Trey Bass in 16th place. Mike Massengill was our race control. We appreciate him. And Wendell Lowe unable to start tonight's race. Those guys being scored 17th and 18th place. Guys, thank you very much for joining me tonight. As always, big shout out and thank you to our sponsors here for the AMA OI Roofing Pro Cup Esports Series. If you haven't done so yet, check out the link provided down below for the OI Roofing. That is in the broadcast description. And make sure while you're checking that out, hit the thumbs up. Let these drivers know you appreciated the show that they put on for you. My name is KR Stolfus. I am done for tonight. Hope everyone enjoyed the show. Thank you to all the fans and followers. Guys, have a good night, and we will see you in 2 weeks, I believe, as we are off for July 4th. So, yeah, have a good one, and we will see you next time.